Good morning, students. This is your revision lecture for invitation writings and replies for class 11th, subject English. In this lecture, I will be introducing this topic to you, and then I'll be telling you the difference between formal and informal invitations, and then format of formal invitation and format of informal invitations, and then you will be knowing about the special characteristics of replies, and then you'll get some examples. At last, you'll be getting one revision assignment on the basis of this revision lecture.
First of all, children, you must know what is an invitation. An invitation is a written request or a verbal request that invites someone to go somewhere or to do something. An invitation is a request or an attempt to get another person to join you at a specific event. When you ask people to attend a party or witness your marriage or birthday party, you invite them by giving them an invitation. It can be in the form an invitation card, which is generally considered as formal invitation. I repeat, invitation can be in the form of an invitation card, which is generally considered as formal invitation, or it may be in the latter format, which is more informal. Children, you also receive invitations of wedding, birthday party celebrations, etc. at your home. That is a part of formal invitation. This invitation writing comes for 4 marks in your examination. So I'll let you know the breakup of those 4 marks as per CBSE. CBSE includes 1 mark for the correct format of writing invitation, 2 marks for the relevant content, and 1 mark for the expression whether you have included all the relevant points in your content or not. Altogether, it makes 4 marks for invitation writing. Let's proceed to the types of invitations. Invitation writing has 2 parts. One is formal, second is informal. And there are features which you people have to keep in mind for your formal invitation writing. First of all, I'll let you know the features to be added in formal invitation writing. Your formal invitation should be written in third person. Always remember, there must not be any use of first or second person in your formal invitation writing. Simple present tense is to be used there, and polite and courteous tone is required. No signatures are required there. It should not exceed 50 words at all. And children, do remember, it must include 5 W's. 5 W's means what. What means the occasion. Then when. When means date and time. Where. Where means the venue. Who. Who means the name of the host. And whom means name of the person being invited. Then make sure your formal invitation is enclosed in a box. I hope you people have understood how to write formal invitation. And now we will proceed to informal invitation. Informal invitation has these features which are reflecting on the screen. Features of an informal invitation are that it should be written to a friend or relative or someone to be invited individually for any purpose. Then it should be written in first or second person. The style and tone should be relaxed and informal. And different tenses are used as per the demand and is usually written in the pattern of ordinary letters. Children, formal invitation writing and informal invitation should have to include all these features which I have just described. For your convenience, I repeat, formal invitation writing includes third person, polite and courteous tone, no signatures, should not exceed 50 words, should answer 5 W's: what, when, where, who, and whom, and it should be enclosed in a box. Whereas, informal invitation is written to a friend, a relative, or to someone who is to be invited individually. It should be written in first or second person. Its tone must be relaxed and informal. Is written in the pattern of ordinary letters, and different tenses can be used as per the demand. In order to make it convenient for you, let me take an example that being the principal of your school, draft an invitation for all the parents to attend annual day celebration of your school to be held in the month of May. Then this will be written in the form of a card, because the principal, the management, teachers and students of your school will invite all the parents together to be a part of the annual day celebration to be held in the month of March. So that will be put up into a box, and usually you also receive such invitations from your school to hand over that invitation to your parents. That is a message from your principal side for parents to be a part of the program. And now the same question I take to be attempted in informal invitation. Now for the same program, being the principal of your school, if you have been asked to draft an invitation for the managing director of your school to be the chief guest of the same program, there you won't be sending the card which is designed for all the parents to be invited, but you would be writing the invitation in the form of a letter to invite or to seek his consent whether he agrees to be a part, to be the chief guest of that program or not. So that seeking consent will be written in the form of a letter. That would be called informal invitation. Let's proceed to the format of formal invitation writing. As I already told you, the format carries 1 mark. So we are supposed to follow the format designed by CBSE to gain full marks there for it. Format of formal invitation includes the following points. The first one is name of the host. It is mandatory to write the name of the host in your invitation. Then the standard expressions. Standard expressions means request the pleasure of your company, solicit your gracious presence, etc. Then the purpose. The purpose means whether it is a wedding invitation card, it is birth anniversary invitation card, or it is silver jubilee invitation card, etc. Then the honoree's name, that whose program or whose anniversary or whose birthday, whose marriage is being held. Their names are to be specified in it. Then the most important is the day, the date, the time and the venue of the program to be held. It is mandatory to mention the date of the program for which you are inviting people, and day, its time and where it is to be held. That is mandatory, so that after receiving your invitation, the people must not get confused that on which day, at what time, where will it be held. So all these things are to be included very particularly in your invitation. Then it is RSVP, respond if it pleases you. Children, RSVP is an abbreviation that comes from French phrase Respondez s'il vous plaît, which in English means please respond. So an RSVP is essential at parties where you need to know exactly who will come, so you can recognize things accordingly on the basis of their convenience. Then you can give the telephone number, etc. if you want to. Otherwise, these are the points to be included in your format of formal invitation. Let's proceed to format of informal invitation. The informal invitation format includes sender's address. I told you in the beginning that this is written in the form of a letter, and children, letter is mandatory topic of your syllabus, so you must be knowing how to write and what are the important features to be added in writing a letter. So the same is to be followed here. First of all, you will be writing the address of the sender, then we will be proceeding to the date, then receiver's address, then the subject, then salutation, then content with complimentary closure, and then we will be writing subscription at the end of this letter. Children, make sure you are not mentioning any personal details of your own, but you are following the same name, the same address, the same date given in your question. If it is not there, then you can write the things of your wish. Otherwise, you cannot change the details given in the question. You are not supposed to give your personal details. Invitations have two types. One, it is formal invitation. Second, it is informal. And then next part of it is to reply to that invitation. So reply to a written request or of someone for specific event is called invitation replies. And invitation reply writing also has weightage of 4 marks in your examination. Features of a formal or informal reply. Features of a formal and informal reply includes the followings. It is brief and to the point. Even while declining the invitation of someone, the tone must be polite. No superfluous material should be added there. And an informal reply may express personal feelings as well. Let us proceed to the main characteristics of a formal reply. First is acknowledge the invitation, express thanks in third person, mention the acceptance or regret, specify the reason for refusal, use warm and simple language and be brief, and you need to be formal in your tone because you are replying to a formal invitation. Children, now we will proceed to the main characteristics of an informal reply. An informal reply must also acknowledge the invitation, and here you have to use the second person for the sender of invitation. You need to mention whether you have accepted it or there is some reason for the refusal. Be sure that you are specifying the reason for your refusal. You have to use warm and simple language here and do not exceed 50 words. First of all, I'll take example of formal invitation which I have just explained to you. The question is, draft an invitation on behalf of Mr. and Mrs. Joshi to invite their friends and relatives on the first birth anniversary of their son Anubhav at Rajwada Palace, Gurugram on May 1, 2020. This is the answer of the question I just read out. Now, match it with the format I explained you in the beginning. Does it have name of the host? That is Mr. and Mrs. Joshi, because they are organizing first birth anniversary program for their son Anubhav, so they are the host of the program. Then there is a standard expression, request the pleasure of your benign presence. Then purpose of the invitation. On the auspicious occasion of first birth anniversary, written in bold letters. Then of their son, name of the honoree. Who is the honoree? Anubhav. Then day, date, time of the event. At Rajwada Palace, Gurugram at 6:30 p.m. on May 1, 2020. After including all these features, we will proceed to RSVP, and there we are writing Joshi family and the phone number for the convenience of the people being invited for this first birth anniversary of Anubhav. Beta, it must look attractive and eye-catchy, and at last you notice that this invitation is enclosed in a box. Let's take the example of informal invitation. The question is, your school is celebrating its annual day on May 5, 2020. write an invitation, formal or informal, to the managing director of the school to be the chief guest of the program, and you have to sign yourself as function coordinator. Now you see, it is given in bracket in the question formal or informal. This is given to ask students or to judge whether students have understood or not. Some of you may be writing it in the form of a card. Please take care. See the answer to that question. This is written in the form of a letter, and the format includes sender's address. In the question it is given, you are the head of cultural group. So it is written head of the cultural group, then name of the school, DAV Public School, Sector 14, Gurugram. When it is not written any school's name, you can write any other school name as well. Then after leaving a line, we will proceed to the date, April 9, 2020. Then you will have to leave a line, and then we will move to the subject of it, and the subject is invitation. Then you have to leave a line, and then you will write down respected sir or ma'am. Then we proceed to the content of the same. On behalf of the school management, I request you to be the chief guest of annual day celebration program of our school to be held on May 5, 2020, starting at 5 p.m. in the school campus. We shall feel honored if you accept this invitation. Then leave a line, and then you will have to write, we would appreciate the acknowledgement. Thank you, yours truly, Prabha Dev, as the name of that head was not specified in the question, so you can write any name of your choice. But the designation which is mentioned there in the question must not be changed. So this would be written in the form of a letter. So this is called informal invitation writing. It is an example of formal reply. Draft a formal reply accepting the invitation to be present on the occasion of first birth anniversary of Anubhav, son of Mr. and Mrs. Joshi, at Rajwada Palace, Gurugram. You are Deepak or Deepika, living at Sector 7, Gurugram. Let's see how to answer this question. This is called reply to that invitation. Deepak or Deepika thanks Mr. and Mrs. Joshi for inviting them on the occasion of first birth anniversary of their son Anubhav at Rajwada Palace, Gurugram on May 1, 2020, and assure them that he or she will be present to shower their blessings on the birthday boy. He or she will be reaching with family in time. Deepak or Deepika, and then date when this reply was sent to Mr. and Mrs. Joshi. Now you see, it includes all the features which are already explained to you for writing a reply to the invitation. Draft an informal reply showing your inability to attend first birth anniversary of Anubhav, son of Mr. and Mrs. Joshi at Rajwada Palace, Gurugram. You are Deepak Deepika, living at 123 first floor, Sector 7, Gurugram. If you see, the topic is same, but there you had written a formal reply to that invitation. Here you are given to write an informal reply showing your inability to attend the birthday party. So it will be written in the form of a letter. Let's proceed to the answer. The answer includes sender's address, that is 123 first floor, Sector 7, Gurugram. Then after leaving a line, you will have to mention the date. Then you have written subject to your invitation reply, that is reply to the invitation. Then there is scription mentioned, Dear Mr. Joshi. Then you will be writing the content to it, that I am extremely happy and thank you for extending an invitation to the first birthday celebration of your son Anubhav at Rajwada Palace, Gurugram on May 1, 2020 at 6:30 p.m. I wish the baby boy many happy returns of the day, but I regret my inability to be present personally on account of some previous engagement. Then your name Deepak or Deepika is written there.
So children, here you complete with your revision of invitation writings and replies. And now we move towards the revision assignment. You can see on your screen there are 4 questions given total in number to be answered in not more than 50 words each. On the basis of understanding the lecture, you are supposed to answer all these questions in your Fair English notebook and post me your homework. Thank you. Have a nice day.